Right, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves on Hanamura today, taking a look at Johanna after her rework. We've been playing her for about 3 different sessions on stream, and I think, settled in with all of my thoughts, and I'm ready to talk about her. My main issue with Johanna is that she doesn't deal enough damage most of the game to make people think you're a threat. So why would they focus you if you're not a threat? So really, in most situations, what you're doing is using your abilities to group up enemies and hope that your team follows through with you. To me, this means you're going to have mixed success with Johanna. With Stitches, you can hook someone across the screen, and it's a pretty good indicator that your team should probably kill that target. With Johanna, you move in and condemn them together. You slow them down. You stop them from retreating. And if your team just kind of sits there and looks at you, well, congratulations, you didn't do anything. That's kind of been the biggest hurdle for me to get over this week, and, still kind of weird. This enemy team is going to be kind of intimidating, especially with the Uther combination with it, because they have some pretty amazing crowd control if this enemy team starts to lay it down. They could probably burst the target pretty quickly. The friendly team, Johanna, Anduin, Illidan, Rioric, and Tassadar. The enemy team, Cho'Gall, Az, Modan, Tychus, and Uther. We will try to focus on getting regen globes relatively early in this game, although it's going to be a little difficult. Unlike most heroes in that situation, Johanna wasn't actually in any danger whatsoever because we still have our Iron Skin, we still have our Laws of Hope. Johanna did receive a lone talent at level 1. I just don't like it. I don't think it fit with my playstyle very much at all. Good CC coming out on Cho'Gall here. Let's try to get in the way of Tychus as he's running away. We'll go ahead and use our first Laws of Hope. So what this does is it restores 20% of our health when we press the button. It is a 40-second cooldown, and as we continue to gather globes throughout the game, it can have its potency increase. So if we have a very good globe game, we can heal for quite a lot. Our Q ability is Punish. It does a small amount of damage and slows down enemies quite substantially in a small arc in front of you. Our W ability is Condemn. We use this to suck in enemies around us, get them closer to our body, and hopefully allow our team to combo off of that. But this is also what we use to clear waves, and it's a pretty fun ability. I like it. Just once again, you'll notice doesn't really deal a lot of damage. Our E ability, a fantastic blind, shield glare, frontal cone. You shoot it out, and anything that gets hit by it can't auto-attack for a few seconds. There are some interesting healing talents to accompany this now. Right before we did this game, we took a look at a build that used the level 1 shield glare talent and coupled that with the level 16 heal for some self-healing on Johanna, and that was pretty fun. But, not doing that today. I think it'd be better in situations where the enemy team has a lot of auto-attack threats, but that doesn't seem to happen to me too much whenever I play Johanna. So, 3 really good defensive abilities on relatively short cooldowns that you could spam out. I do think she's a really good hero. I think I struggle with her because she relies on teammates a lot. Now, granted, we're playing with viewers today, so I don't think things will go that bad. But in Quick Match today, Quick Match over the last 3 gaming sessions, we've had some very mixed results while playing her. That's all I'm trying to say. Cho'Gall pushing in on our backline, so we're going to have to retreat. I was just trying to keep Tychus busy. That guy's going to be a big problem. I was made aware of someone saying that there's a bug with Falling Sword dealing double impact damage. We took a look at a clip, and I think it was kind of inconclusive. I'm not too sure what I saw. But we will, I don't know. Falling Sword could be good here. It has been changed. Now anyone underneath the Falling Sword on your team is immune to crowd control, so you're giving them unstoppable as you're flying in, which I think is really cool. Like, not only game mechanic wise, but like in my mind, the image of doing that, jumping into the air and making everyone unstoppable underneath you is just fucking sick. We do have Cho'Gall running in onto our Leoric. We're going to try to slow him down here. I do not have a blind for Tychus, but I do have my Iron Skin. Iron Skin also makes me unstoppable on a 25-second cooldown for 4 seconds, or until I believe the shield is expired. The enemy team did take over the cart once again. Let's all remember the Hanamura secret. You don't actually give a shit about the objective, just do the Merc camp over and over. Illidan already on top of that. We can come in here and take it for him a little bit as well if we need to. Boom, Iron Skin, we're good. This will start to push the top lane. That, of course, is where the enemy team's going to be as well. But if we can kill it pretty quickly, we can at least go fight the enemies. If we get a kill, that Samurai could get a lot of value. My sippy cup is ready in 27 seconds. Cho'Gall leading the way forward, trying to stop me from entering the zone of influence. Let's go ahead and blind Tychus here. Condemn him forward with Azmodan, slowing Azmodan now as well, trying to chase these guys off. Pop both of my defensive cooldowns to keep my health high as we're moving forward. Now we can go back in with another Condemn, another Punish, another blind, making it so these guys can't really fight back much at all, and pushing them off the objective. They're forced to fall back now. The Samurai continues to go forward, and we're going to get some easy damage in on this building. Tychus potentially out of position here. Are we going to be able to capitalize on any of it? It doesn't look like it. Good grip from our Anduin, pulling me back. We were also unstoppable, so we couldn't be CC'd, so our retreat there actually wasn't that scary. At level 7, I did get a movement speed increase while we're using Condemn. I think this is a great talent for Johanna that just allows her to reposition around fights really easily. I'm going to go ahead and use my Laws of Hope. Our Sippy Cup is ready again. I'm going to head up for that too. The enemy... Oh, look at that. You'd love to see it. The enemy is moving back up to the top lane yet again. We're going to contest one more time. We're saving the blind for Tychus, just trying to get in the front of Cho'Gall and slow him down. Of course, he can reposition. Condemn one more time. That's going to interrupt his windup on his Q. Blind onto Tychus so he can't damage me. Once the blind runs off, we start to use Iron Skin to mitigate a little bit of damage here. Moving back up with the Condemn onto Tychus. Slowed once again. Laws of Hope healing me. Is it going to be enough? No, it's not. Most other tanks in that situation... Let's think about Muradin. Let's think about Blaze. They could move in on that Tychus, who was not in a very good spot, and punish him a lot for being there. A Garrosh could have thrown him out to his team. A Stitches, honestly, could probably out-trade Tychus these days after the last patch. Whereas on Johanna, I'm just like, don't you fucking do anything! You stay there, you motherfucker! And of course, that only lasts so long. I'm going to go ahead and get Bouncing Shield here. We're going to bounce it off of Azmodan, send it flying towards Cho'Gall. I'm keeping him out. I'm keeping him out. Oh my god. I thought he was going to get away. Condemn moving in. We got Cho'Gall here. Perfect. And we have another Merc camp up, ready to go again, that we can go grab as a team if they want. I can walk this down to the bottom lane by myself. I think this is the highest priority on the map right now with 3 dead. And I'm not trying to say Johanna's a bad character. I'm not trying to give off that vibe at all. I think she's really, really fun in team play. You guys know how much I like lane clear. I fucking love her lane clear. She has a new talent at level 4 called Eternal Retaliation. At first, I wasn't too sure she even needed this talent, but then I found as I was playing it more that just being able to get mana back all the time lends itself really well to my particular play style. I don't think this talent is required by any means, but I do think it's kind of nice. I'm going to go back for a Sippy Cup. Illidan did take over that camp once again. It's going to be pushing the top lane. My ultimate ability is ready. Leoric already in position. We're on the way up now. Tested our trailing behind just by a second or two. Illidan and Leoric pushed off the top. If we could hold... Ooh, Tychus way out of position here. Let's see if I can do anything about it. Unfortunately, while that happened, Cho'Gall moved up pretty hard. Let's go ahead and use our Laws of Hope for a heal here. He's okay. Meanwhile, in the top lane, that Merc camp that we took over is already doing more damage than what the objective's going to do. Cho'Gall moves up. We can stun. Oh, no! Well, the fight for the first objective has ended. It took like 6 minutes, maybe more than that. But look what they earned. Let's all watch this together. Oh, they're gonna get it. Oh, it's going bottom. They're gonna get it. 1 tower down. 6 more shots remain. Holy fuck. How did we survive that onslaught? Oh, man. Blessed Hammer is a talent that's been around for a while, but one that I never used. I believe it was changed in this recent patch. How it works is, on a 30-second cooldown, you can send out a wave of hammers that rotate around you. I've seen people use this before. I've never really liked the talent much. I thought Holy Fury fit my playstyle a little bit more. However, I have been using it recently, and I think it's pretty fun. One thing that makes it very fun is the amount of cooldown reduction you get for just using your basic abilities. I mentioned that Johanna has very short cooldowns on everything that she's doing. 6, 10, 12. They're pretty short for basic abilities that you could just spam out all the time. Well, now, what we can do is use this twisting hammer thing, then immediately blind, which takes time off of it. Let's go ahead and throw a stun out. Unfortunately, hit a minion there. Terrible stun placement. Was not able to pull Cho'Gall off of our team. We could throw another hammer here, though. Reduce the cooldown with a blind. Walk in with a condemn. Ooh, we're getting pushed back pretty hard here. Illidan is getting value in the top lane if we can keep them here. That Unstoppable definitely coming in handy. But I've been using this twisting hammer talent a lot more because I realized that it gives you cooldown reduction for each enemy that you hit, which I don't know if that's new or if it happened before, but I think it's pretty fucking cool. So if you look at my timer right now, 18 seconds left, we walk into the minion wave and it's good to go again. So I cannot wait to do this on super heavily like minion focused maps. Let's go ahead and blind off Tychus. I'm going to get a stun on Cho'Gall here. Try to group these guys up and send out the hammer. Going to use my Laws of Hope as well to try to return some of my HP. Meanwhile, the entire time, Tychus is just auto-attacking me. Condemn back up. We're going to use it to get in front of Cho'Gall. Slow him down with Punish and blind backwards. Now, Illidan, you were trying to get that mercenary camp, weren't you? Why don't you go ahead? It feels good on Johanna to be able to come into situations like that and then completely defuse them. It feels really good. Okay, so we're now going to take Blessed Momentum. This was a talent that was in the game before, although it did not give you an attack speed increase every time you auto-attack. Basic attacks grant 10% attack speed for 4 seconds, stacking up to 40%. They also reduce Johanna's basic ability cooldowns. Now, basic abilities do not count our hammer spin with Blessed Hammer. However, using our basic abilities does reduce the cooldown of that. This is also giving us an attack speed increase, and every third auto attack, I think, against a hero, releases one of these hammers for free. So these two talents actually have a lot of synergy together in multiple ways. We have layers of synergy between the two talents. Friendly team did hit level 16 before the enemy. Cho'Gall trying to go for a turret up on his side. It looks like we should definitely take that from him. Although we should take this from them as well. We're going to throw out a stun on Tychus, blind him as well, drop our turret, spin the hammers, condemn to try to pull them all together, Iron Skin to get out of the Cho'Gall ultimate. I have another hammer spin in just a second. Look how much effort goes into that. And they just walked away. I pressed so many buttons, dude. So many fucking buttons. Alright, I'll just push this really slow. Push it really slow. I really like the fact that our level 4 talent just helps with mana throughout the course of the whole game. I didn't really think Johanna had many mana issues before. Oh, this is perfect. They're fighting in the minion wave, so we hammer, condemn, hammer. Iron Skin to readjust. Payload has been shot off. We go back in for another condemn. Oh, nice. Ooh, good dunk there, too. Tried to blind back into the wall of the Auric, but it didn't quite happen that way. Cho'Gall almost completely fucking destroyed. Illidan finishes him off. But the damage of Tychus likely going to be too high. Top lane pushing pretty well at the moment. Minions should be able to get that tower down no problem, especially once that catapult starts helping out. We have 3 seconds on our samurai up top. We should definitely head straight to that and try to take it over. I'm going to be back in the game in 13 seconds as well, so we can head over there. We've collected 26 globes this game. That means our heal amounts on our Laws of Hope is 30% of our maximum HP. Every 10 globes we get increases it by another 5%. So if we just focus on getting 4 more globes, that'll be pretty decent. This has kind of been the build I'm running. I usually go Falling Sword, but if it's bugged, I don't want to exploit anything. And I was kind of on the fence on whether or not it was actually doing anything a little fishy. And I do think this particular team comp, being able to throw the hammer around is pretty fucking strong. Let's make sure we spin our Blessed Hammer, activate Laws of Hope, blind, punish, spin the hammer again. Great wall from our Tassadar, locking him down as well. We're going to use the movement speed that Condemn gives us to catch back up to Uther and lock him down. And, well, was it worth it? You have to wonder, was it worth it for them to lose 2 members of their team for a turret? I don't think it was. We have another hammer to spin here. We could throw that out. And there's no reason we can't get this building here for free. Forts in this game give passive XP, so actually getting these down early is really good. And it also means you're going to be spawning catapults throughout the course of the game too, so having a focus on getting these down relatively early in the game is certainly not a bad thing. I don't think that 17 minutes is very early in the game, just for the record. Let's pick up, I think this will be an interesting talent, Blinded by the Light, because I didn't have enough abilities to press. Let's go ahead and get a shield for our allies. I was considering getting the upgrade for Blessed Shield, so it'll bounce to more targets and stun them for the full duration after each bounce. However, I do think helping to support Illidan on these crazy dives is a good thing. So activate to grant nearby allied heroes shield equal to 25% of your maximum health. Fantastic pickup on Uther here. I'm just gonna hold my ground. We're moving in, never mind. Oh, the stun missed, I'm terrible. We're gonna go ahead and shield Illidan. This is a pretty sketchy dive, dude. This is pretty sketchy. If they keep walking up, we can re-engage. Condemn movement speed, let's go. Hammer. Okay, then back it up again. Back it up again. If they push out, we re-engage. We do have our samurai coming up in 6 seconds. It was just pinged by the team. I'm just going to push the payload. If the enemy team wants to contest, they can. I should be able to walk away from it. That's one of the best things about Falling Sword, the other heroic ability at level 10, I think. It just gives you so much mobility on Johanna. You can get away with so much stupid shit. Like... And then there's no punish. You could just jump away. She does have a new movement speed talent at level 7 called Steed Charge. However, I don't really like it. I think in order to really make it work, you got to use both your trait and the steed at the same time. Whereas with Condemn, you just kind of always have that movement speed ready to go, which I think is pretty nice. Didn't shield anybody. That was my fault there. Let's go ahead and shield now. As we're re-engaging, I'm taking a lot of damage here. We're just going to back up for a second. I don't really have a heal. I don't think he can kill me right now, though. When Dunk comes off cooldown, I do need to be afraid. Uther rotating back onto me with Tychus. We're just going to leave. Let's try to check up on our Tassadar. He should be fine. I don't know if there's much I can actually do to help Tassadar at the moment. That objective does finish off the top keep for the enemy team. I'm gonna go get this turret, I think. So I guess if I was to make like a Venn diagram of tanks, and be like high damage in one circle and super sustain in another circle and team utility in another, and maybe even some wave clear in another. I think Johanna falls into the category of being the most team reliant tank in the game. Before, I would say that was probably Tyrael. If your team's just not paying attention, there's really not a lot you can do. I'm walking into this team, I'm hitting goddamn... Look, I'm hitting 9 buttons. I'm putting a turret down, I'm using all of these talents that I picked up, I'm using all of my basic abilities every encounter. But it's only to set up other people. It's like I'm putting the golf ball on the tee, you know what I'm saying? The enemy team is pushing up with their samurai. Illidan moving up the lane towards us right now, and Tomb coming off cooldown very soon. We have 3 heroic abilities coming off cooldown soon. I think we just keep walking it back. Uh-oh. Keep walking it back. It's not even going to get any damage in. It'll be dead by the time it gets to the wall. Oh, shit. Tried to send out the ult to stun those guys. It did connect, but it was a little too late. Should I put a turret down for this? I think they can just outrange it, especially with Tychus inside of the Odin, so maybe we don't do that. I do have a turret down on the right that might help a little bit. Oh, it's dead. Okay, we just gotta wither the storm. Next objective comes up in 18 seconds. I don't think they're gonna go for core here. I think they're gonna back up for the objective. There's also a samurai on the map that might try to pull them back as well. Holy shit. Ugh. I'm sorry, I tried to give that everything. I mean, I do think that was a lot of disruption. We're winning top of catapults right now. How anticlimactic is that? All right. We held the line! Yeah, I definitely don't want to come across like I don't think Johanna's fun or that she's a good character. It's just for solo queue, which is the majority of what I do. I think she's a little too team reliant for me to be able to pick consistently. However, the changes are really, really fun. I've been running this build that I showed off today quite a lot, changing out the level 10 for Falling Sword when I think it would be more suitable for the occasion. Talents we went for today were Laws of Hope, into Eternal Retaliation, Conviction, Blessed Shield, Blessed Hammer, Blessed Momentum, and Blinded by the Light. This was to help our Illidan try to stay alive a little bit more. I actually think her level 20s are pretty solid. I believe in the past that Indestructible was mandatory, which is kind of why it felt bad. I felt like you kind of had to pick it. But with the upgrade to Falling Sword, with Blinded by the Light being there in certain comps, I do think that's not entirely the case anymore. So those are my thoughts on Johanna after the rework. I think her lone talent's kind of meh. I think Laws of Hope is way better. And pretty good. Pretty fun. Take care. Thank you for watching. See you again next time.